Hey, salute, Knicks Nation. Um, want to thank you guys for checking me out, and I couldn't help myself but to talk about the Knicks. Um, had to make an episode. Had to talk about something, and just remove this little thing. Bam. I don't know. Put it here. Cool, 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 cool. All right, guys. Not too much news. Um, right now we're two players short. So um, let me see if I can do this right. Bear with me, okay? Because I'm gonna try to. I like doing this thing with StreamYard, and uh-huh, save it. So let me work this situation out so that I can have a conversation with you guys. So that way we move forward. So we're gonna go from here. Uh-huh. Oh, well, I thought I did it, but I did it. Well, anyways, um, we only have 13 players on the roster, right? We only have 13 players. Ferguson got waived. Vincent Poirier got waived. A couple of rumors are coming out, and there's also more conversation that I even forgot to type down. But that's okay. So we'll just get started. I just start having a conversation. You guys start listening, and enjoy the show, right? So let's get started, and then I start filling you guys in. Let's start with the Mitchell Robinson's name was mentioned before the trade deadline. Now there are reports about Dallas Mavericks will be interested in signing Mitchell Robinson if he hits the free agency, according to Hoops Hype. Bam. So that's something that I like to use. I don't know how many people trust Hoops Hype. I do. I'm a big fan of Hoops Hype. I think it's I don't know since I was in college or something. But I've always heard of Hoops Hype for a while. But anyway, yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that his name is being was mentioned a lot in the trade deadline, and I'm not surprised that his name is being talked about and being traded, and that other teams are interested in signing him, and if he was to be a free agent. He's had a lot of complaints about his what's this called? Not free agent. What am I talking about? Agents firing his agents. So he's had a free. He's fired a lot of his agents, and now there's another story about him taking a bribe from another agent. I mean, I could have possibly put it in this thing, but I'd rather just tell it to you real quick. But he fired. There's a like the Raymond brothers and another agent are fighting because somebody bribed him with 34,000 Silverado when he was a rookie, and that year he would have earned 200,000, near $200,000. So yeah, Mitchell Robinson has a lot of problems with his agents. There's always a lot of situations he seems to get into, and then on top of that, um, I don't know how much he's going to command, but I don't know if the Knicks are willing to match that price, and um, so it's debatable. So it looks like the Dallas Mavericks, another Nick. Look at that. So now they got Tim Hardaway Jr. from the Knicks, who we drafted. It's the whole situation with that. We drafted Tim Hardaway Jr. We drafted Porzingis, and we drafted Mitchell Robinson. And it looks like the Dallas Mavericks just like our old idea, right? They like that idea of that we had of having Hardaway, Porzingis, and Mitchell Robinson. I guess they like that whole. They see that as a good fit. I think it might work. Might be a good idea, man. So much props to them. And me personally, I saw his Instagram, and I mean, maybe it's not. I don't want to create rumors, but I will see his when I see his. When you see the Instagram location, he's a Nick. But every time you look at his where's he posting from, it's New Orleans, Louisiana. So I always speculate like, is he gonna be traded to New Orleans because like he hasn't. It doesn't look like he's stable. There's nothing. I don't know if there's anything stable about Mitchell Robinson at the current situation. I guess maybe he wants to be a franchise player, or maybe he wants to go home, and it's just doing his time. It's just fulfilling his contract. But that's a wait and see era situation. Um, right now, the Knicks are pushing playoffs for the first time in a long time. Um, they're competing. Um, the Knicks only have 13 men in that roster, and some people want to tank. Some people want to win games and make a playoff push. So I'm a playoff push guy. I'm all in on trying to win games, and I'll be happy if RJ Barrett makes it to the playoffs. Somebody we drafted, IQ, um, Obi, um, and all that good stuff. So I like the experience. I like the idea of that. So moving forward, um, Hassan Whiteside could be. Oh, so that's another report. Hassan Whiteside could be bought up by Sacramento Kings. Not only did Vincent Poirier get waived, but so did Terrence Ferguson. This is the post that I was looking for. So yeah, that's another option, right? Hassan Whiteside, if he gets bought out, it suggested that he might be a good fit for Tom Thibodeau, according to Hoops Hype. And I like that idea. I'm cool with it. I like Hassan Whiteside. I'll take a flyer on him. So but to be honest, there's a lot of players that they have that are good. So that's the type of team that I would take flyers on. They have a lot of players that have been in the rumor mill that I would take a flyer on. So Hassan Whiteside, if he gets bought out, if we can negotiate something, him or Gorgie Dieng. I made a last video talking about Gorgie Dieng, and if we could get him or if we could get Whiteside, I'm pro, man. No, I'm with it. Sign me up. So on to the next topic. Detroit Pistons turned down a deal that would have sent Sadiq Bey for Marvin Bagley about a week ago, maybe even 10 days ago. Um, bro, I would take a flyer on Marvin Bagley too. I know he's had that foot situation, but I don't know, man. I'll take a flyer on him too, man. We got RJ, who's a Duke. Marvin Bagley's another Duke. Let's just we need somebody to back up Julius Randle, and maybe he could be a decent backup. So um, I know we have Obi, but people are now talking about Obi being as a small ball five. I kind of like that. I'm kind of liking that. So shout out to those people talking about Obi topping small ball five. I heard somebody call in on Nothing But Knicks, and they said something like that, like, "Hey man, what do you think about Obi just being a small ball five?" And he just kind of left it like that in that phone call, and and I was just like, "All right, whatever." I mean, I don't know about all that, but now that now that I'm listening to this, I'm kind of catching on to that idea. I'm like, man, maybe Obi at the five might be alright. So I mean, I've always liked the idea of the small ball team, but I thought Julius Randle should play center, but now Obi plays center. Maybe that'll work. Whatever that can get him minutes, because the guy needs minutes, man. He's doing bad out there. I don't even care that he's playing bad. I just want him to get a little bit more minutes, a little bit more experience, so that you can at least judge him a little bit, just to judge him a little bit. That's all. Not to overly criticize. I feel like people criticize him for 6 minutes, 8 minutes. I can't judge Obi Toppin on 6 or 8 minutes. You got to give this guy at least 15 minutes before you make an honest assessment. At least in my eyes, I can't do it. But on to the next topic. I would take a flyer on Marvin Bagley. I don't know what would be the cost to trade up for Marvin Bagley, but you know, if the front office feels that he will be a good risk, I'll be on board with that, man. I like that deal of Marvin Bagley. So, um, I mean, moving right along. But Hield has been in the rumors since the last offseason, 2020 offseason. Now we're hearing Marvin Bagley, now Hassan Whiteside. I think I covered that. But Hield is another player that I would have been interested on, man. That's another player I would have been interested in. I mean, if he could play, you need a bucket, man. You know, we, I don't know, man, but if it works, if it could work, I think he could work with this team. That's another guy. Knicks are in fifth place, 24-23, 72-game season. This is a day. Great. What was the point of me putting this? I forgot. I lost track. Why? We got 13 players in this roster right now. So, yeah, we just, we got 2 spots available. We saw Andre Drummond signed to, the Lakers. LaMarcus Aldridge to Brooklyn Nets. Who else? Who else signing to other places? I think Victor Oladipo too, man. I think Victor Oladipo was. I don't know. I think that was a trade. I don't know. But so far, we're starting to see a lot of people being waived, signing to new teams. So I don't know. We got 13 players, man. I feel like the players and the coach are doing everything to win. Now the ball is on Leon Rose's hands on whether the team will go to the playoff or not. And it's up to Leon Rose. And, he has 2 roster spots to fill. So I think those 2 roster spots are going to determine whether the Knicks make the playoffs or whether they'll make the play-ins, or even worse, in my eyes, not make the playoffs. So some people's mind, they'll probably be celebrating that we didn't make the playoffs, and we have a chance at the lottery, and we can draft whatever my favorite player in the draft. Great, but for me, I'm looking at this season and the developmental. I'm seeing RJ grow, man. He's growing a lot. So shout out to RJ. He's growing a lot, and that's what I wanted from the season. Like players like RJ growing, the growth you see in this guy. Some people wanted to see the growth, but Tank and they probably didn't even want RJ to grow like that. I don't know, but long story short, the growth in RJ Barrett, in my eyes, is tremendous in this season, and playoff experience only makes it better for him. So shout out to RJ for growing. Quickly is growing too. He's getting more confident, and other players. But to see RJ go from a terrible season last season to this season, where you see that you're seeing the maturity, seeing the leadership, that's amazing to watch. And you know, he catches a lot of heat. RJ. Some days when he's doing good, people love him, and then when he's not doing good, you hear, "Oh, I didn't want to draft him. I wanted to draft Zion. Oh, I didn't want to draft him. I wanted to hear John Morant." And now people are developing more pride with RJ, where they can say that, and you know, it's one thing to say it once, but now it's like, okay, well, I'm okay with this pick, because I'll be honest, like I want a Zion, and I'm one that was like, oh man, we got the 3rd pick, not the number 1 pick. We didn't get, but you probably hear me say it once. You probably won't hear me say it all the time that I wanted Zion. At that time, I was like, man, who didn't want Zion? But it's good to see Knick fans being proud of RJ, somebody who we drafted, and um, and it's good that he's competing against uh, John Morant and Zion, and proving that he's just as good as both of them. So that's the kind of things that I want to see. I want to give RJ the opportunity to prove that he is better than that he is better than John Morant, that he is better than Zion Williamson. He deserves that right to prove himself and to the league and to the New York Knicks and to the New York Knicks fans that he was the obvious pick, that he was the better pick out of those three. So I'm glad that we're giving him that opportunity. That is important to me in my eyes, and the reason why I wanted this team to go to the playoffs. Um, I support him on that. So he has my full support. RJ absolutely has that right to prove to the league and to his fellow draftees and so forth that he is better than them. So I support him. He's a Nick. I know it's not easy, but you got to give the guy a chance. You can't be tanking with a player like that. You gotta go you gotta go all in and compete. So that's enough about RJ. So shout out to these guys. So shout out to Blue Orange Tears, the morning drive. You can check them out at 8:45. Really good show, man. Sometimes it goes long too. So you could join the panel. You could talk about the Knicks. I'm sure. I mean, I was one of them. I mean, I'm still one of them. And you guys could join them. You could talk Knicks. You could listen to about the Knicks. So shout out to Freezy. So 8:45. It's also the Knicks at night at 11:45 p.m. So shout out to those guys, everybody in the panel. So then you got also Ron Cleveland show at 5:30. Um, and then you have Legion of Knicks podcast. They usually Legion. So shout out to Legion. Um, he usually posts about when it's game day. He likes to do the watch along. You can watch the game and discuss about the game, and he also likes to do commentating. So yeah, he also likes to do what else? Commentating, talk about the game, talk about the draft. So if you like talking about the draft, you're a big fan. So shout out to Legion and his crew, Coach Carlblock, um, and the rest of the crew, and all good guys, Nick fans. You know, um, shout out to nothing but Knicks. I can't understand. I'm not definitive on his hours, right? So I got him locked in at 4:30. I don't know. Sometimes his hours I can't figure it out. But you have so many. We're developing. There's a lot of channels, and they're always on a lot. So great show. They're all great shows, different ways, different attitudes. Um, what else can I say? What else can I say? Um, yeah, great crew, right? So that's for fans who love to be on. If you like to be on, listen to Nick channels talking, for an hour, hour and a half or two. These are your channels. There's also a lot of great channels about Knicks Nation. That people have debated, like Sports Vibes, and I don't know. That's about it, really. Sports Vibe. I went on back and forth. And that's about it, guys. I'm gonna keep this video short. It's almost 20 minutes. It was a good conversation talking with you guys, talking about the buyout market. You know. Now there's another one that I forgot. Now they're talking about. Check this out. I had to jump. Carl Anthony Towns and who? D'Angelo Russell might be available in the off season. Check this out. I remember. Mhm. Yes, because that's part of the whole show. Carl Anthony Towns and D'Angelo might be in the. That's bro. I heard news like that. I was like, what? So that's interesting to me. So that's something to look forward to. Steve Mills. I know people are gonna kill me for that. Steve Mills, he's still part of the Knicks. He's still in the board or whatever. Was interested in trading for D'Angelo Russell. And Tom Thibodeau has expressed what's the word? Interest in working with Carl Anthony Towns. A month ago? Uh-huh. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just giving the facts, bro. So Steve Mills, when he was here, he was interested in trading for D'Angelo Russell, and then Tom Thibodeau has expressed interest in working with Karl Anthony Towns. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think about that. That's something to think about, something to talk about. Um, this off season is gonna be. It looks like this off season is gonna be crazy, but you never know, right? You never know. So let me check something. I'm glad I'm covering all my areas because I think that was it, man. I think that was it. Carl Anthony Towns might be available in the offseason. D'Angelo Russell might be available. I mean, they're both good players. You give me one of them, man, I'll be all right. But guys, I want to thank you for your time. Um, I hope I gave you guys something to think about, something to ponder about, um, something worth discussing. And until next time, peace out.